I've been talking about the declining birth rate in the United States for a little while now. One of the reasons why is because the cost of living is too expensive and the cost of childcare is too expensive. Women are opting out because it is just too expensive. They see what other mothers are going through. They know what they went through as children of mothers who were struggling to find childcare. So women are saying, get someone else to do it. Now it's about to get even harder for parents right now. People who do not have children will see how hard it is for parents of right now. What do y'all think is going to happen with the birth rate when that happens? So, emergency child care funding is about to end. Things that were put in place during the pandemic about to end. Expect more daycares to hike prices or close. Childcare has long been unaffordable and inaccessible for many Americans, costing parents over $10,000 per year on average, while more than half of the population lives in childcare deserts with insufficient supply. This is going to get worse. That's what industry advocates say. This is going to be worse in months to come. States are expected to face a steep decline in the child care investment starting September 30th, an expiration date for the pandemic era funding that has helped stabilize the sector over the past 2 years. The funding cutoff could result in the loss of 70,000 programs and more than 3 million child care spots, according to the Century Foundation, a progressive policy think tank. This money has been a lifeline. It has allowed providers to keep their doors open to enroll more children. It really has allowed parents to be able to go to work knowing that their children are cared for. Melissa Calagrasso, CEO and Senior Director of A Place to Grow Children's Center in West Virginia, said the additional funding meant the child care center could staff up by offering bonuses and make much needed infrastructure improvements, including lighting updates and replacing outdated HVAC systems. Calagrasso has been running the center since 1995, but she's not sure if she'll be able to keep the business afloat once the additional funding runs dry. This graph right here shows the national average of childcare prices. In 2017, it was about $9,400 a year. Now it's creeping up to almost $11,000 per year. This is taxing parents. And when I say taxing parents, y'all know that this is hurting moms more. We spent many years borrowing to make payroll because the math doesn't add up in this industry. When the math no longer adds up and I go back to borrowing money to sustain this business, I won't do it again. I won't do it again. We'll close. Who is this going to hurt? I don't get why our government can't create something where we actually take care of children in a country where Republicans and conservatives say that we just need, let's go for the babies. We're pro-life, protect the babies, but we cannot create something that's child care, child friendly, parent friendly. We can't create that. Where is childcare most expensive? New Labor Department data breaks down the cost by county. Experts say that without the additional funding, childcare programs will need to pass along higher staff wages, which means higher costs for parents, or lower staff salaries, which would increase the turnover in an industry that is about 40,000 workers short of its pre-pandemic job count. So, if you pay these people less, they're not going to want to stay. If you pay these people less, that means that quality people will continue to leave. Cindy Lenhoff, director of the National Child Care Association and Industry Trade Group, says child care providers can't compete with other industry salaries, especially when other jobs can help staff pay off looming student loans or keep up with inflation. Child care workers made, on average, $14 an hour as of May of last year. Meanwhile, preschool teachers, many of whom work in the private and public schools, made a little over $18 per hour. Food and beverage service workers made $14.69. These people might as well just go work in fast food or retail or whatever because they make a little bit more money. All of this is pennies, though. Why can't we give a livable wage to the people that are supposed to be taking care of our children if we actually want children that are provided for? I don't. So basically, if you are credentialed to work with children, you might as well go work in a school. That's what Linhoff says. And then towards the bottom, this woman, Demetrius Nance, and her husband are spending $280 a week. That's nearly $15,000 a year on childcare for their 9-month-old granddaughter. They're spending this money on their granddaughter. I don't know why, but maybe the parents need a little help. But what is this going to do? This means that the people that should be spending money to fluff up their retirement fund or prepare for retirement are having to help with childcare. This situation it can't last. People are not going to be able to sustain this. The cost has stretched their budget thin, but the family had few other options. Nan said her daughter applied for child care assistance but was denied. Her $18 an hour income was too high to qualify for the state's child care voucher program, but not enough to afford daycare out of pocket as a single mom. This is why I said this is going to hurt moms more than anything. This is going to hurt women more than anything. So now the grandparents are being roped into having to help. And these grandparents, instead of being able to, like I said, live comfortably, they probably have to work. They probably have to, their budget tighter. Anyways, I'm sure everybody has something to say on this, but I am wondering, all these people that claim that our country needs people, our economy just needs it, what are they going to do for the people that actually have birth folks, birth people, birth babies? Are they going to do anything? Because like this woman says, Nance estimates that childcare currently eats up about 30% of her combined income with her husband. She worries that the cost will stretch them even further once the emergency funding ends, and has started looking for other expenses they could cut and discussing whether their daughter will have to move back in with them. It's just outrageous. So the impact on the economy. The loss of child care program is expected to have ripple effects across the economy as more parents cut their working hours or quit their jobs entirely to care for their children. The loss in tax and business revenue is expected to cost the states $10.6 billion in economic activities per year, according to the Century Foundation. And we're at a time where all of this goes together. All of this connects. We got parents who want to work from home. At the same time, we have employers that are telling people that they have to come back into the office. We have people that are crying about the economy. Yet we have other entities that want to cut funding for childcare. We need to pay the childcare people more money, but the parents don't have it. So what is the answers, and what are these people going to do about it? I don't know the answers, but I know that this is the reason why a lot of women are saying no to having babies, and I don't blame them. I dropped out of the workforce myself because the cost of childcare was too expensive, and the math didn't make sense for me to go back to work. You guys weigh in with your commentary. Like, comment, share.